it, but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and all eyes are on the Packers' towering tight end. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Packers and the Pats, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at the Packers in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. This defense for the Pats, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And Watson has it right side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Packers hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On second down, it's Jones. And some room to work. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 19-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Pats are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 5 catches, 59 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Jones. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Looking to throw. Jones. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. So no gain on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he'll be out right at the 35. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Rodgers now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Up the middle, Jones. And he stopped immediately there. We're scoreless after one. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. It was Jarran Reed who got him down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Defense.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Jones throw taken in by Bourne. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That'll be complete to Stevenson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Back to throw. Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Folks' kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. An inside give to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Josiah DeGuara, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
I thought that was a nice job there of feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. The Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. 2nd and 6 just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Jake Bailey now. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
It's hard to believe as he gets that first down, but Sammy Watkins is in his 9th NFL season, and he still hasn't even turned 30 yet. Plenty of tread left on the tires to be a contributor, like he has been with 4 teams over his first 8 years in the league.
And again, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now in timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second down and 3. On play action. Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Sammy Watkins who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Now Jones, a final shot before break. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime here, and we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Well, the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Chris Barnes. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Patriots ready to try again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
To the right side, this is Stevenson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Open man, here's Cobb. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jawan Bentley, the one to get in and finish off the play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it. It's caught from Packers touchdown. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Crosby with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here?
He's got him in, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. So here are the Packers now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones to about the 33-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now it's Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. .39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Patriots take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing Jones.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England's offense set to go. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now.
Back now at Lambeau. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Now Jones. And this is Parker, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll look to throw again. It's caught by Aguilar. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones checking this down to Stevenson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about...
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Stevenson is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball.
Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They go back to the ground with Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Packers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.